Brian, 13 unbeaten. I would imagine that maybe that record isn't as big of a deal, but how big of a deal is it to go into this mini Gold Cup break with a win and to, win at home?
Yeah. It was very important for the team to play well, Jeremiah. That's probably what I would say. The results are certainly, it's an impressive, mini record. I am proud of that fact that we accomplished that. But tonight, I just wanted the team to perform well, because if this team plays up to its potential, I think we can win more games than we lose. We all know that at some point the streak is going to end. I'm just happy it didn't end tonight in front of a loud crowd. I thought it was great. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was a great evening.
Now we'll go to Nico Moreno. Go ahead, Nico.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate the call out there, Coach. Look, a lot to unpack. I really want to focus on how much you minimize Fafa and Rodriguez today. We talked about the wide play. Seemed like you guys really did a good job today, but I wanted to get your take on today's performance.
Well, it was very good. I told you guys at the scrum the other day that we were going to go back to being aggressive in our defensive posture and playing five at the back, the outside backs. I knew Alex had a lot of minutes. I've been trying to manage minutes with Medranda and Brad, but I want our outside backs to engage higher up the field at the right times, and then the other four players shift over to form a back four. And what that does, it allows us to retain the midfield numbers, because we're playing against 4-3-3, and we have four players in there. We had Kellen, JP, Danny, and Freddie Montero. So we outnumber them in midfield, and the onus is on, whoever plays right wing back and left wing back, they must be aggressive at the right moments. And I thought today Alex did a tremendous job of, knowing when to press. And you guys have seen Jimmy Medranda kind of explode here a little bit. I thought his defending from that position, his understanding of that defending, what we wanted out of that position, was great tonight. So credit to the two wide guys, and then credit to, the whole back line for, coming over and shifting over when they needed to get a shutout for the team.
Masvida.
Hey, Brian, I know we could talk about any of the players and the coaches, but I just think about the character of the striker today, that being Raul Ruidiaz. He gets a knock on the head, he's wearing a different jersey, and he scores that late goal to seal the win.
I love talking about Raul. He's always an easy subject. He was very happy in the locker room after the game. He's up to 10 goals. Had a couple chances early. I thought his play with Montero, his kind of, Montero and Jimmy was very good. It was a very good performance. And look, we all know goal scorers. I mean, they can be invisible for 89 minutes, and then 90th minute they can score, and it certainly took some pressure. Look, I know the game was closing out anyway, but it certainly took some pressure off us. Maybe what I would say, Maz, is I would have liked him to score that maybe 10 minutes earlier. Maybe that would have been the better solution for us.
All right, guys, reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, please use the hand raise function in Zoom. But for now, we will go to John Lupo from Favel.
Hey, Brian, you mentioned Jimmy Medranda, so just talk about his performance tonight. I thought he had an outstanding game.
Yeah.
What did you like the most about the way he played out there?
Well, I can't name just one singular thing. I thought he had an all-around good performance. You saw his defending's very good. He anticipates, he reads the body language of the players. He can anticipate the pass, and then he's got that physical ability to close guys down. It catches some of the guys by surprise because all of a sudden he's on top of them. I thought his passing, his ability to connect with Freddie Montero, the two Colombians, I thought that was very, very good. So I think he had a complete performance.
We'll go back to Jeremiah. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah, you've talked a lot about next man up and that mentality, and you kind of took it to an extreme today. What can you say about the mentality of this team that you've had to rotate so much and you're continuing to get results?
Well, I think Jeremiah, it's a tradition that started a long time ago. Certainly in the USL days, you witnessed some of those games. It was a good team, Leighton O'Brien, Roger, Taylor, Zach. We had Preston Burpo, we had Brian Ching. We had a bunch of good players that knew how to win games, and then that morphed into when Zig came here. I think we laid a pretty good foundation. Ziggy added his abilities, his knowledge to this franchise. That was a positive. We've had great players over the years. We've had players that are all winners. And so it just is a testament to the, overall standing of the club. I said it yesterday, that stat that we're the winningest club from 2009. I mean, that's a big stat for us. And when I watch Freddie come back, okay, and then he comes into training and he immediately knows what to say to Juan Alvarez or some of the young kids, Danny Leyva, when they talk, when they're walking out in the field, they get that there's a connection there. And, I have members of my staff, Tommy Dutra in the USL days, he bleeds Sounders. And Jimmy and Gonzo have played for this club. And they do a lot of that, how do I want to say this? They give the history lessons to the younger players and to the players that they're coaching. They do that. And so to me, it's just, a sign of just a really successful club that, is successful because of the foundation that we've laid in years past. We've always been a winning club. I thought, again, I'll go back to the crowd. I thought the crowd was great tonight. I thought it was energetic. And this club is a connection between the players and the fans. And I know the players got fired up. I mean, when Raul, again, go back to Raul, when he scored that second goal, the stadium erupted. It was such a good goal, such a good way to send those fans home on a good note, on a high. So just very happy. Just really, really, really pleased.
Nico Moreno.
Coach, to what do you attribute, how easy it is for guys to just kind of shift in? And I'm just talking specifically about Javier Arriaga coming from national team duty. He gets one practice and just immediately fits in back there. I just wanted to know your take on, how easy that goes, that transition.
Well, he's been here. He's been here for a couple of years already, Nico. He knows the guys. He knows the squad. So it's an easy transition for him. He was excited to get back to playing because the last few games he hadn't been in, Ecuador's starting lineup. So he was obviously anxious and ready to play.
All right, guys, please, again, if you'd like to ask a question, use the hand raise function. We'll go now to Masvida. Go ahead, Mas.
Hey, Brian, what are you getting from Kellen Rowe? And I know you talked about just that midfield from transition from offense to defense and then to offense, just the fluidity that is happening in the middle.
Yeah, Kellen's a useful player. Credit to him. He scored a good goal. It started us off, but I thought he put a good shift in. He's a versatile guy. When Alex is gone, he'll probably be the one to shift out to right wing back, and, he's fully capable of playing that position.
Is Freddie's passing ability underrated? I know he's just like Raul Ruidiaz, prolific scorer, but is his passing underrated? Something that we might not see?
I don't know. I don't know if the ratings guy on Sound Art Heart appreciates Freddie or not, but I do. Freddie's always been a good passer, and he's a great goal scorer.
Okay.
Mickey Turner.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, Brian, just wanted to get your thoughts on the performance of Danny Leyva. Obviously, he was coming back from last year's injury. Josh Atencio's gotten some time, but he provided a lot, it seemed, today, especially early in the game, breaking up plays. So just your thoughts on Danny's performance.
Thank you, Mickey, for asking me that question, because I thought the kid had a solid game. He was very good. Normally you think about Danny and you say, okay, he's a good connector, he connects passes and all that sort of stuff, but you are absolutely correct there. He broke up some plays, he was aggressive in his defending, his mind is very fast. He can read plays, and so he was able to put himself in positions to, maybe nick a ball here or there. I thought he had a very strong performance. And look, Josh and he, two young, very good prospects for this club. I mean, we all were talking about Josh at the beginning of the year, but you guys got to add Danny into that conversation. I mean, it's two really super talented kids that we have coming up.
Felipe Makeda.
So, Coach, we saw that the team was with a lot of younger players, also the bench. But how can you balance the anxiety of these players when they know that they're coming home with the not with a lot of players that are injured, important players? How do you balance that anxiety for the younger players?
The anxiety or the nerves, they're always going to have that, Felipe. They're young. They haven't had the experiences. Josh said the other day, when we had, his first game back, that was the largest crowd that he played against or in front of. All of our young players are going to have some butterflies. That is normal. And then as the game progresses, you hope that the nervous energy turns into adrenaline and they give you what they're supposed to do, which young players give you the physical, they're young, they're hungry, they want to run, they want to work, they want to do whatever it takes to help the team. And so that's what I always tell them. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay before the referee blows a whistle for the kickoff. You actually should have some butterflies in your stomach. And what I would say is that Juan Alvarez, who came, and even AOC, Alfonso, I mean, they've been playing games. Alfonso's done well for Defiance. Juan just came back from the academy, the MLS Next Academy stuff, so they were playing in some pretty big pressure games as well. And it's just all part of the development.
All right, looks like we've got Jeremiah with another follow-up that will probably close us out. So go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah, he obviously didn't get to play today, but you've talked up Juan Alvarez quite a bit over the year. How close is he to being like a semi-permanent part of the first team?
Well, he is, because he trains with us all the time. So, he'll train with us and play games at Defiance, and we'll build him up, and we'll see what happens. But, we've got some talented kids coming up the pipeline. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Wade's doing a great job. I like what they're doing there at Defiance, and we'll see. It's not an easy process, Jeremiah. I mean, there's a lot of talk about youth development, how to do it, why to do it, when to do it. But, I think we're, taking baby steps and going in the right direction.